In an effort to get everyone vaccinated for COVID-19 to reach herd immunity, some are calling for those who aren't vaccinated to be shunned.
In a recent op-ed, one Yahoo columnist wrote this, quote, "A big part of the problem stems from the cultish relationship many evangelicals and Republicans have with the former president. But the time for analyzing why these human petri dishes have chosen to ignore the medical science that could save them and us is over. We need a different strategy. I propose shunning."
Let's bring in our panelists now to discuss this. Kelly Hyman's joining us. She's an attorney and Democratic strategist. Dino Scaros is joining us. He's a presidential historian, immigration attorney. He's also the author of this book here, Trumped Up Charges. Donald Trump didn't say Mexicans are rapists and criminals, and 9 other lies about him exposed. Again, the title of that. Rick Gates is joining us, former Trump campaign aide. He's the author of this book, Wicked Game, an insider story on how Trump won, Mueller failed, and America lost. Great to see everyone here. This has got a lot of buzz going on. Sunny Hostin pointed to this on her show. She specifically calls out Republicans and white evangelicals as refusing to get vaccinated. I'm going to fight if we can, and then we'll get your responses.
When you look at the folks that are not getting vaccinated, because it's a quarter of Americans that aren't getting vaccinated, white evangelicals, 45% say they won't get vaccinated, according to a Pew Research. Republicans, almost 50% of Republicans are refusing to get the vaccine. So we won't reach herd immunity because of those particular groups. So I say we need to shun those that refuse to get vaccinated.
So she points out who, based on a survey, is not getting vaccinated and then calls for an action against them to shun these people. Rick Gates, your thoughts?
I think it's sad, to be very honest. I think that if you look at the actual demographics and the facts, you look at the number of people in the black community that refuse to get the vaccination. More than 60% refuse to get it. The Asian community. There are so many demographics in America. This is not a Republican or a white evangelical issue. This is an American issue, and we ought to encourage everybody to get the vaccine. But what she's doing, the kind of rhetoric, the incendiary rhetoric, just doesn't help the situation. And a lot of this is a result of what the CDC has prescribed as misinformation and really leading people astray on the vaccination issue itself.
Yeah, and of course, some people just have questions about the issue, especially when we've been covering a lot of flip-flopping of information when it comes to the coronavirus in general since the beginning of the pandemic. And Kelly, perhaps based on the rhetoric that we've just shared and what we've heard from people, they might not feel as comfortable asking these questions and posing it for fear of being shunned.
Yeah, I don't think people should be shunned. I think people should talk to their doctor, and ultimately it's their decision on whether to get vaccinated. But I would encourage people to get the information and get vaccinated. I mean, I don't know how many people that lost a loved one due to COVID, but my thoughts and prayers go out to you. And so I get the vaccination knowing that I'm not going to give it to someone else. And also, you know, companies can potentially say that you cannot come into our business without being vaccinated as long as they're not discriminated.
Yeah, Dino, you know, that's another part of this, right? We saw the pause on Johnson & Johnson. We saw AstraZeneca. There's back and forth on that. There is research out there that are talk about the side effects of possibility of blood clots with the Johnson & Johnson or possible infertility that maybe some women do worry about, and maybe they just want to. They've consulted with their doctor. Maybe they want to wait a bit. Look, we wait on iPhones. The first iPhone comes out, you talk to someone, you say, I'm going to wait till they get all the glitches out. You're not going to wait. Some people want to wait for the vaccines to make sure that everything's okay. They're a little cautious with it. Maybe they, again, want to meet with their medical advisor. But you've got people going on national television talking to millions of people saying, hey, we should shun these people. And let's also notate their skin color. They're white evangelicals.
Okay, but there are a lot of things here that are just completely false. Number one, this is the exact opposite of a cult, because the whole premise that these are uneducated Trump supporters, let's not forget, Donald Trump is the one who pushed the vaccine. Donald Trump is the one who did Operation Warp Speed. He said, go out and get vaccinated. These folks are the very epitome of being open-minded and questioning rather than blindly following somebody they supported in the first place, which is exactly what people should be doing. Unfortunately, we've become the United States of American sheep, where everyone just blindly listens and the media over dramatizes. And this is now the bubonic plague, even though well over 99% of people survive it. And everybody says, oh, look, I got my Fauci ouchie, and they go out and post it on social media, and now we've been saved from doom, when really we should be putting everything out there, because the truth can best be tested in the marketplace of ideas. And this whole shunning shuts down the marketplace of ideas and doesn't make us the United States. Sadly, it makes us look like the former Soviet Union.
Yeah, and again, from every doctor we've spoken with on the program, they recommend talking to your own individual doctor. Of course, everyone's different, and you're going to want to consult with a medical expert. Rick, we've just got about 10 seconds left with you. Is there any sort of messaging alternative that we could see from the Biden administration that could maybe help calm our nation right now at this point?
Yeah, I think they need to get out and really understand and show what the medicine and science is behind it. And by the way, saying I don't know is an okay answer. We keep getting caught with people like Fauci who flip-flop so much that confuses the American public. If you can get away from that and just get the facts out, I think that'll help the American people understand it and want to take the vaccine more quickly.
All right, we'll leave it there. Kelly Hyman, Dino Scaros, Rick Gates, our panelists. Stick around.